but yeah. So yeah, I know my limitations. You just saw a limitation.
Yeah, well, everyone makes mistakes. I made one earlier. In fact, you know, I spun first session, so.
No, and I'm more embarrassed than anything, but it's, I mean, I actually like to know, now I know where the edge of the envelope is, so.
I was kind of the same way. I mean, I had my wife in the car, and it was the first time she'd ever ridden with me on track here.
Really?
Ever.
Yeah.
And I spin.
Well, okay, so you're doing it how I feel.
Yeah, I was fine, and then that happened, and I'm like, you know, oh, geez. Because there's not nearly as much speed. That's all it is. If I had the same speed as you, it wouldn't feel that smooth. Purposely give him a little space so I can try to see if I can run him down when he's actually at speed. Versus getting, he probably would just let me pass on the out lap to not bother with it. Approaching 90 to 100 there, you were doing like a $120. I'm like, geez. I'm like, I'm doing the same on the back streets you're doing by that element.
passenger,